What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I am Sean.
And we are
on the other side, Paranormal Podcast.
How's everybody been? I feel like it's been forever.
Yeah, why does it feel like it's been so long?
Hey, Kim.
It's been a while.
Spirit-led paranormal.
Since I could.
What else we got in here? We got a few people in here. Got a few people. Thanks for the love, Kim Brady. Where's your glasses? Why are you squinting, old man? Ronnie Anderson. It's too cold for a cookout. That's why Ronnie's here.
Yeah, Ronnie had to take the Crocs off and put some thick socks on.
That's right. Winter socks.
Winter socks.
I hope everybody is staying warm. Today is rough, but tomorrow should be back to normal. But we've got Ronnie Anderson and Daryl Paulette, both with Bedford Paranormal, and Daryl Paulette with the Spirits of Clover Hill Village, as well as the historic Appomattox County Jail. The other half of Spirit Led, James Brady. Hello.
What's up, Mr. Brady?
Not always, Ronnie. Not always.
But
in spirit, maybe. Cookout. Michael Brooks, long time no see. We just left FPRI, guys. Always a pleasure and a great time with them.
Always.
Yes, always. So, yes. Speaking of Fredericksburg Paranormal, this past weekends, we had the pleasure of teaming up Michelle Wilfong with the Haunted Apartment. Go give her a follow, guys. Go give her a follow.
Nice to see you.
Are you eating a banana on live? You cannot eat a banana on live. Like, men can't eat bananas on live.
This banana is good, y'all.
Y'all. Ronnie Anderson, we must both be on the same wavelength. Right. All right. Everybody waving to everybody. I love it. That para-unity. I love it. But speaking of para-unity, this past weekend, 3 of us with Hill City Paranormal, Sean, Nye, and myself, as well as 14 others compiled of Fredericksburg Paranormal, as well as Overland Historical Investigations, I think is their official name. And a few others joined us at Trans-Allegheny. Bucket list location, every paranormal investigator. I got to fulfill my bucket list. I was stressed out, not gonna lie. That place is massive. Like, I felt like I was constantly looking at my watch or phone or something, checking the time. Like, and I felt like I could have done things a little bit differently. Hindsight's always 20/20 whenever you leave a haunted location. I'm not gonna lie, beautiful location. Definitely a beautiful location. But like I said, this place is freaking massive. So these are the things that I would have done differently. I would have not checked my clock. I would have stayed longer in certain areas, even if I didn't get to other areas of the asylum. And the reason I say that is because we started out, we took our little tour. I think everybody kind of opted out of the historical tour, which is awesome. And it was like somebody stomped on an anthill. Everybody just scattered right when they said go. So when everybody went left, Sean and I and myself went right. And we started out in, just talked to Copperhead. He said you got some good stuff on the DR60.
Yes. Daryl,
I'm getting to that.
We're going to get to that, but Daryl, I'm glad you brought that up. But this time, Daryl, I actually got better stuff on my camera than I did the DR60.
Yeah, I'm going to cover so much tonight.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah, James, I may go back for like a daytime tour or maybe like a public or something like that. One that's just kind of focal, like pointed to one location. I don't know. But anyway, so long story short, everybody, like I said, they headed left, we headed right. We went right back, first place, lobotomy section. That is the first place that we went to. And
that's what you need.
From the jump, it was like knocks, noises, all your typical. I think I heard somebody say that John Sullivan said this, your typical asylum noises, right? You heard knocking, but during the like safety tour that they had to mandatorily give us through the lobotomy section, there was already stuff happening. Sean carried a FLIR on that little tour, and we were towards the back of everybody, and I was hearing like shuffling of feet. When we passed one corridor, I heard like shuffling, like somebody was shuffling their feet. Nice. Sean panned his, I mean, are you going to debunk every single thing on here? Because like I can let you go ahead. God bless America. If it was a mouse, Sean caught a very large mouse peeking around the corner on his FLIR. So apparently mice stand up on FLIR about 6 feet tall, guys. So all the way to the point where the tour guide had to actually get Sean and be like, all right, dude, we got to get back to like the group. Because
hit the road, dude.
Because Sean had panned his FLIR where I told him I heard shuffling, and there was a figure that was peeking. Like you could actually see hands, head, half of a body peeking around a corner at the end of the corridor. And then of course, when he got everybody's attention and we all ran over there, the figure quickly moved away, like it didn't want to be seen.
I think I called you over there.
So first, right? Yeah, so I saw it. I think Naya saw it. The tour guide saw it, and then when a few others came over, it kind of was just like, okay, that was too many people. Like,
that happened twice.
I let y'all see me. That's cool. We rescued a hawk in that damn place. So I will get to the bird story too. So, and I'm like summarizing everything, guys, because there's like so much that went on. So we head back to the lobotomy section, and I go, how I operate is I kind of go where I'm drawn to. And Sean kind of goes with the flow. So he says, okay, where are we going? And I'm just kind of wandering and wherever, you know, the vibe is, that's where I'm headed. So I want to say it was like the second corridor on the left-hand side of the lobotomy section. We go in there. And I'm on live, and I go into the room first, and I set up my tripod on TikTok Live, and I'm kind of interacting with a few people. Sean and Naya are coming in there with I think you had a GoPro contraption that you invented, as well as a Phasm cam and your recorder. And then Naya always asks me for my cat balls. So of course there's 100 cat balls set up all around the place. So, and I set a music box out in the common area before you go in. And as I'm on live, when everybody gets set up, I say, hello. And I said it just like that. I kind of drew it out and, you know, didn't hear anything, continued on. Right after that, my music box goes off. I swear I saw a shadow pass by the music box out of the corner of my eye. Again, couldn't quite tell, wasn't sure. Wasn't even sure, honestly, if we had it on camera. I don't believe I had my live facing that direction. I think I had my live facing the opposite direction because I had a REM pod in another room. So Naya had set some cat balls. She says something to the effect of, I think the cat balls, or she starts yelling cat ball. And I said, no, that cat ball is still going off. It never cut off when you set it down. And during the midst of this, we're talking and we're kind of, you know, gathering a game plan. And there are disembodied voices that our cameras picked up. And so,
we didn't hear him at all.
We didn't hear anything. And we're in a whole conversation. You could hear, because if we had heard what this said, And I can, if you want, on live or on our podcast, pull the video up.
Yeah, you can go through the walkthrough.
I can kind of go through the walkthrough with you guys and share the compilation video that Sean put together. I am going to get, yes, James, and that's what it was big on, was EVPs on the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you guys, if you have headphones, put them in, cut your volume up, whatever, because one of them is a very faint, but clear, disembodied voice. Sean does map it out on the video. Ryan Jones, freaking awesome paranormal show. What's you guys up, right after this show, 9 p.m. hop on over to the Rift Nation Network and join him for that. But while I pull this up again, I want you guys to, where do you have it here?
Tally.
Okay, I want you guys to cut your volume up. Oh God, right here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. I am going to share my screen. John Sullivan, Fredericksburg Paranormal. I was just giving you a shout out. I was talking about and Rhonda Harris. We were with them both. We were with Michael Brooks, John, Rhonda, Kim Sage. The whole FPRI crew was there.
I want to put a plug in there. Rhonda did not run from me this time until it was time to investigate. Then she ran like hell. I didn't find her no more.
Rhonda was not running anywhere.
Rhonda ran.
Rhonda, I didn't see you run anywhere.
Rhonda's fast, man. she was cool the whole time, but it was time she ran. She did run at some point.
Lord have mercy. All right, guys, let's try to find this here. Actually, I'm gonna cut this.
Adeline, what's up?
This way, and I'm gonna cut this way, and I'm gonna go here. All right, guys. So again, if you have not cut your volume up or put your headphones in, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you guys. Sean did a phenomenal job of breaking everything down, and then we'll kind of talk about it as we go.
All right, let's get ready to rumble.
Yo.
Something to get you?
No, put on the backpack.
So right there, you guys. Okay, so Sean actually put it in there. Naya had said that something had pulled on her backpack. For those that don't know who Naya is, she is our youngest team member. She's 17. So a yo reaction was definitely to be expected. And Naya is not one that says anything out loud unless it actually happens. So I didn't know you put that in there for some reason. So I'm just going to let it play.
Can you carry that?
This?
Yeah.
I seem to find a good place to set this.
The camera? Well, we're going to need to this chair for you.
Yeah, we're going this way?
Yeah. Drop your camera light one quick time. Yeah, I don't like that. You can put it down. We'll roll. We'll roll the right way. And what I'll do is I'll put it like that so you guys can see. Okay, cool. Alright, Dad's got a chair. I'm going to make sure Dad is set in a chair. Alright. There's 4. Now I've got to place catwalks everywhere, guys. Really catwalks. Really. Sean, where do you think a good place for an EDI would be? Alright, I'm going to take this with me really quick. Alright, I'm going to take this with me really quick. Alright, guys. Got all. Hello.
So, did you guys catch that? The EVP after I say hello. There was the cutest little voice that comes back and says, hi. And I was like, it was so cute. I was like, I want to go back and pick her up and bring her home. So, yeah. And I didn't hear that. I immediately jumped to the music box going off. The black orb, yes, Ronnie, orb flies up from the ground. I thought that was a great capture. It was like 29 degrees in this building. So there was no bugs whatsoever. Everybody was bundled up. Was there dust? Absolutely. But the one that Sean tagged in the video that you see, it floats with the 3 other blinking pieces of particles of whatever, and then it stops, it hovers, and then it flies towards Naya and disappears. So Ronnie is saying it's a shadow, not an orb, but
I'll take that.
It could be. It could be a shadow person, or whatever. A black anomaly is what I'm going to call it. I didn't catch it. Sean literally had to play this thing for me like almost 100 times. Even when he slowed it all the way down, I could not freaking see it.
I actually changed the color. That's why you can see it.
Until I told him, I said, you're going to have to enhance this because I physically cannot see this with my own 2 eyes.
I changed the colors right there.
We didn't see that. I did catch the one that stops, hovers, and it's almost like it was like hovering, looking for Naya, found Naya, and then flew towards Naya and disappeared.
So I got a question for Ronnie though. Is that dust that will drift across, stop, hover, then take off somewhere? Can dust do that? I'm not being disingenuous when I say that. I really want to know because of all the dust particles I see. That's why I like
Wanda.
That's why I like using full spectrum because it shows dust different than just a regular camera with IR. Just taking that little red piece of tape off of a regular camera changes a lot. So, in the comments, can y'all tell me? I know a lot of y'all don't believe in orbs, and I'm not saying whether I do or don't because I don't know. But can dust move, stop, hover for a second, and then take off? Especially if there is no airflow coming through.
So, Wanda, this was not captured in Lily's room. We were in the lobotomy section during this time.
Did Lily get a lobotomy?
Could Lily, well, they don't even know if her name is Lily. The name that everybody has gotten over Spirit Talker and whatever other app. There's also a lot of rumors that it is a male entity posing as a young girl named Lily. So that's kind of one of those up in the air things, but yes, no, this was not in the room dubbed Lily's room. Lily's room is on the 3rd floor, I believe.
I thought it was the first.
3rd floor. Well, the 1st floor is lobotomy. Then the 2nd is the children's ward. And then we went to Lily's room.
I can't remember.
We went to Lily's room and then we went. Yeah, we did end up hitting every single location at Tala minus like 2 corridors. And, again, that goes back to the beginning of the podcast when I said, if I was to go back and do something different, that would be one of the things that I would do different is not stress so much on wanting or needing to cover so much ground in a short amount of time, because that place is, I'll say it, it's impossible to get a really good session in and hit every location. This is like a prime example. So we start out in the lobotomy lab. So Michael Brooks said 1st floor opposite from lobotomy. So the other way is Lily's room. So like if you pass the bathrooms and go through.
What's up, Jeremy?
I thought that was the Civil War section. Oh, you're right. You're right. Lily's room is right there, and then you go that way and go to the Civil War section.
Shout out Jeremy Lefevre from Beyond the Badge.
Yes, Beyond the
And
Badge
Content
Paranormal.
for Calls. Make sure y'all check them out. They're also on the Signal Network. They got some good content these guys are putting out, so make sure you go check them out. Great guys, by the way. Great guys.
Yeah. So, there is, I will say right now, a lot, like James said, I've seen an orb in daytime with my own eyes, not on a camera. Tala has a lot of shadow play, guys, a lot. I was hoping I got some of it on camera. Hey, y'all's interviews turned out amazing.
Hey.
I will believe it when I see it,
Jeremy,
Mr. Lefevre.
Thanks for having us, Jeremy.
I'm just kidding. We appreciate it. Emily's room is on the second floor. Did you meet her? I did not. I did not meet anybody named Emily. I did not get, okay, so.
We didn't use a lot of spirit box.
Right. I didn't do, the only room that we used a spirit box in was Dean's room. Copperhead joined us for that, and used his vent box. And,
only name we got from there was Jack.
yeah, we got the name Jack, and didn't something say like it's Dean or
I don't remember
something.
that. I'd have to watch the video. I haven't gotten that far into the evidence yet. The main evidence I've been rewatching is the lobotomy, and that's because there's so much stuff. I sent the video to Chris Mendez, and he's pointing out stuff that I didn't catch. So.
Yeah, there's still so much evidence we have to review, but this is one comp that, I mean, just when we got home Sunday night, like we went and started reviewing immediately because I'm like, you know, I got a couple videos like on my phone that I don't consider to be intelligent evidence enough to post. Reason being is, for example, I put a static meter in the electroshock chair, and I held my camera on that thing and asked questions for like 5 minutes straight. I gave up, dropped my camera, stopped it. The second I dropped that camera, the static went off and answered me. So I immediately popped my camera back up, but the static's already going off. I don't consider that to be intelligent evidence because I didn't follow through. Again, a lot of that was probably like stress induced due to time, like, you know, and also the fact that I misplaced my body cam. I'll throw that in there. I know Sean wants to kick me for that.
Yeah, really hard.
So, but it's somewhere. I just got to find it. So normally I would have rolled with a body cam. That would have been a lot of freaking evidence. That would have been
Naya roll with a body cam.
But we did put a body cam on Naya.
I gotta see.
We did put a body cam on Naya, and then we were carrying a Phasma cam, and then Sean was also carrying his GoPro contraption. Did we go into the bathroom that they say a man would take children to? I think that's where we caught the voice. The lady kept getting voices there.
Yes, we did. So we went to the bathroom.
Go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead with it.
Me being the type of investigator that I am, I didn't ask the typical questions. Who's in here? I went in there and said, hey, I'm going to get in the shower with you.
This is one of the ones Copperhead would be talking about, Daryl.
Yeah, so I went in the shower.
You said, I'm going to get in the shower with you.
I said, I'm getting in the shower with you. I pulled out my recorder and said, you know, I'm getting undressed now. I'm taking my towel off. I'm coming in there. And the voice came back and said, no, you're not.
So whoever was in the bathroom was not happy that Sean was about to get in the shower with him.
Yeah.
It was a male voice, and he, clear as day, said, no, you're not.
Yeah. That was pretty wild, actually. Even Copperhead.
Yeah, Daryl said that's the one he told me about.
Even Copperhead, who is a tour guide at this place, he investigates it all the time. And he's pretty laid back. This dude's pretty mellow, pretty chill. He busted out laughing when it happened.
We were all laughing. There is definitely a vibe in that bathroom, though. I went in there by myself first. Like, I walked in first. Copperhead originally said this bathroom doesn't like me. It's not a fan of me. I don't tend to go in there by myself and things like that. So I was like, every time I go to a location, and Ronnie, I see your comment, I'm gonna get to it. Every time I go to a location, I go and work through some personal fears that I have. And one of my fears I've talked about on the podcast before is the dark. I don't like the unknown. I don't like the dark. I don't like being by myself in the dark. And I don't know what the hell is in the dark. So, each location I go to, I work really hard to overcome personal fears. So I was already on edge. I'm in a haunted asylum. Like, there's noises, knocks, weird things. And then, of course, they had to start the tour off by saying, be aware there might possibly be like raccoons in here. I've already dealt at St. Albans with a giant pterodactyl trying to kill me. So now
like
you're going to tell me there's rabid raccoons? No, now I'm just freaked out. So I went in the bathroom by myself. It does have a vibe. Of course, when Sean came in there threatening to get in the shower with said man that took children in there, that, of course, lightened the vibe for sure. Ronnie said, if there's a draft from multiple directions, it's possible that a dust particle would hover. Think of it like a whirlwind. There is always a draft of some sort everywhere, even in a weatherproof house. I know that building, and it has natural drafts that look like a shadow from what I saw. My opinion, I'm no expert.
I
will say, yeah.
I like that theory. However, and it's a great one, Ron, and I appreciate your opinion. I always do. There were three of them traveling together. The other two kept going straight, one stopped and sat there, and then before it took off. So if there was a whirlwind, which it could have been, there are drafts there because some of the windows
Some of the windows were open. Yeah.
So yeah, which makes sense. If there was a whirlwind, I believe it could cause something to stop. But if there was a whirlwind, it would move. It wouldn't come to a complete standstill and then go forward. And if it's traveling with three particles of dust, one wouldn't stop. The other two would move or do something weird as well. They're all together. So,
And I do have a zoomed in video, Ronnie, that I can send you later where I'm like focused just on those three particles that are floating through the air. And then I'm zoomed in on the one that hovers, and it's blinking the whole time it's hovering, almost like it's looking for Naya. And my thoughts were that it could potentially be the little child voice that we caught that said hi, and maybe it connected with the fact that there was another kid there. If it was paranormal, cool. If not, cool. I'm okay with it.
I'm not quick to shout orbs on stuff, and I'm not quick to shout spirit all the time. However, there's no dust experts out there or enough evidence to say everything's dust, and I don't believe that everything we capture on camera is dust.
Raccoons.
I think that there's sometimes a lot of investigators will push things off as dust because we don't want to just say we have something we can't explain, which is okay. That is fine. That's okay in this field to say that everything we have is not evidence. And I agree with that. If anybody who knows me personally knows I'm not sending any kind of shot right now, it's okay to say that everything's not evidence, but sometimes we need to look at what we have and look a little deeper into what we're catching, because if it's consistent things that are happening, we can't just always push something off and say, oh, well, that's just this. And, we have to look at science. We have to recreate it. We have to also look at everything. And Ronnie, I know you're discounting everything that I say.
So, Ronnie, I will send it to you just because it is kind of hard to tell in that comp video that Sean put because it's zoomed out. But I have one where I'm like zoomed in just on because I wanted to. I also ended up zooming in on another weird light anomaly that we got that actually flew by. It's not in this video, but it flew by, completely morphs into a different shape, and then morphs into a football shape before disappearing. I thought that was a little weird that it changed shapes the way that it did. So it was a similar flashing light anomaly, and then it like elongated, and then like elongated horizontally, and then almost went like diagonal, and then it shrunk back down into what looked like a football, and then disappeared.
And for the record, y'all, I give Ronnie Anderson.
I think that's weird.
I give Ronnie Anderson hell on here, but his opinion I really respect, and I definitely listen to everything he says and take it, you know, and try to put it with what my thoughts are and try to figure things out. So yeah, I give Ronnie hell, but I will be sending him the video, and I do take his opinion to heart because I do appreciate the stuff that he says, and he knows a hell of a lot more than I do.
For sure.
So yeah.
And like, we're not discounting that it could just be dust. We're not discounting that. What we're saying is it's weird.
Right.
It's weird. We don't know what it is. I've never seen a dust particle be flying, stop, hover, and then fly in a different direction. I've just never seen dust do that. So, you know, if you tie the orb's shadow together with the voice and the music box, it does give more weight to it being authentic.
And that's kind of where we're going with it. Again, I don't know. It could have been dust, and it could have just been a funky thing in science that we can't explain. If you ask a scientist, they'll say everything's a theory. That not everything's in stone. So James, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
And that's where I'm leaning with it. Now, mind you, if you watch the video and notice that we called out none of this stuff other than the music box. I didn't know there were voices. We didn't hear the high. We didn't hear the roll call sounding thing. None of that stuff I noticed until I sat down and looked at it on the camera. So, you know, that's the weird part to me, is because if you listen to that voice, we can play it again upon y'all's request, but the voice actually echoed like it was in the room with us, and none of us heard it, which I thought was very weird. I thought it was so weird for a voice to echo. Like, how was it so loud that it echoed in a room and none of us heard that?
See, and the crazy thing is I love EVPs because I like the difference in opinion on what they say. So Sean heard roll call. Me and Nia hear roll clearly, but I don't hear the call. I don't hear that like before call. So I'm not 100% sure that that's what it's saying, because in my mind, I'm trying to make sense. Why is somebody calling roll in a lobotomy section?
What if it wasn't always a lobotomy section?
So, you know, that's where I'm kind of leaning with that one. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what was said. Again, the coolest part about why we keep doing what we're doing is because we don't know. We don't know how the dimensions are bent.
But I'll also tell you this too. It might not have been a staff calling roll call. If somebody's got mental health issues, they could be sitting in the corner saying roll call, roll call. That's what they're used to hearing before they got that lobotomy.
Maybe.
You know, it could have been a multitude of reasons why that you would hear roll call. But if you heard something different, you could have said roll ball, and I could be hearing it wrong.
See, and that's what originally that's what I thought I heard, and I thought that made sense, being that Nia had just asked for cat balls, and so in my mind that's the depiction that I put. But I mean, yours makes sense now, like, you know, rocking in the corner, something like that. Because
the way he was saying it, like,
it was very
when I
like
worked at Job
monotone.
Corps, I walked down the hall, roll call, or when I was in the military or something like that, you know, I had authority with it. But like, if you're a mental patient,
it was monotone. It was very roll call. Yeah, it was real monotone. But yeah, so then I know we talked quite a while on the lobotomy section, but then we head over to the second floor, which is the children's ward. That was just crazy from the jump. Just to summarize everything, Sean went through the children's ward, where, for those of you that have been there, have the fish mural on the wall. We were down that section. In the open common area, I set in a circle a K2, a REM, and my custom Raggedy Ann EMF REM combo. Okay. And no, I'm sorry. That was a lie. I said an EMF, a cat ball, and the REM pod. At this point, I was still live on TikTok, but my TikTok live was all the way like mid hallway, and the EMF was spiking up to red. So immediately I tried to debunk myself, and I moved my phone further back down the hallway, and it's still spiking. So I'm going, okay. And nobody else is past me. So everybody else is further back.
That K2 was spiking all throughout that building.
Yeah. So,
Which tells me there's EMF somewhere in that building, whether it be coming from a generator or something.
So Sean proceeds to go and shut all of the doors and place a cat ball in front of each door. At which point he asks, if you are in any of these rooms, can you light up the ball outside the door of whatever room you're in? And the third door down on the right, I want to say it was like 279 or something, starts lighting up immediately. And these cat balls have been down for a hot minute. And it would cut off, and Sean would say something to the effect of, would you like me to open back up the door? If so, light the ball up. Ball didn't light up. Okay, so you want me to keep the door shut? Are you outside the room? Ball would light up. Like, these are the questions that he's asking, and he was getting intelligent cat ball play outside of this door. So then he asks again, can I come in the room with you? If so, can you light up the ball? The ball lights up. He takes my Raggedy Ann, custom Raggedy Ann doll. Shout out to Boo's Paranormal, the mad scientist of equipment for that. And he puts it in the room with the cat ball. And the Raggedy Ann doll is now going off. Now,
nonstop.
She is designed for one hand to be blue, if you guys haven't seen my TikTok, and one hand to turn red. Blue is detecting EMF, and red is detecting REM activity. So it is like a combo piece of equipment. If it is detecting EMF, her hand, it's going to sing Ring Around the Rosie, and her hand is going to light up blue. But if it's detecting something near it, like REM pod, like near it, then her hand, it's going to sing Ring Around the Rosie, and her hand is going to turn red. Both hands were lighting up nonstop. I think you ended up getting like a 5-minute video of this thing going off back to back to back. But there was no more cat ball play. So, hey, look at 50 Shades of Hay over there on the left. I just got him out the field, Jay. I love you.
Shout out Jay Brooks.
Jay Brooks, thank you for your service. Happy veteran. Oh, you know what? Let me go. For any veterans that are in here, thank you so much for your service. Sean, thank you. I'm going to personally thank you. I know I thanked you on Facebook, but if you are a veteran, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Without you, without your service, without our sacrifice, we would not have the good old US of A.
Jay Brooks.
We had to rethink things, how we did them at Pennhurst due to the location. You're dealing with special need community. Correct. So, this went on. And then at this point, the REM that was in the common area was like, kind of going off unintelligently, but I was focused on this room now at this point. So I wasn't asking the REM to go off. So I don't consider that, again, intelligent evidence, because I wasn't asking like, hey, can you touch a red light? Or, if somebody's there. So I don't know what was setting the REM off. There were disembodied voices knocking on several of the doors. Weird things that were going on in the children's ward. Again, another situation. I feel like if I spent more time, the activity would have ramped up for sure. But for the sake of time, we then at that point moved on. What floor did we go to? Where are you at here? What floor is this? Cat ball, rim. What is this?
That's all in the.
That's all the children's
second
section.
all children's
Okay, so you
section.
haven't reviewed anymore. Okay.
No.
So I think at this point we head up to the third. No, I think we took a break. And then because it was like progressively getting colder, so we brought extra clothes and layered up as it got colder. But after our quick snack break and layer up break, we head up to the third floor. And we go into Dean's room with Copperhead. And he brought out his Fent box. For some reason, I was really, really drawn to solitary. And unfortunately, in that section, I owe FPRI a whole apology because that is the only contamination of evidence that we had in the entire building. I was too lazy to bend down and move a cat ball, guys. So I proceeded to kick the cat ball, at which point caused excitement to FPRI. There was directly below us, and I felt terrible because I'm like, I literally could have picked it up and just moved it. But they were directly below us in Dean's room. I did, however, when kicking the cat ball, I found this to be a little bit weird. I kicked the cat ball and it was going in a straight line. And then all of a sudden it turned a hard left into the second solitary cell, which caused me to kind of like two-step over there because it went fast. And when I got over there, I was expecting to have to go into the cell, which was a little unnerving. I'm like, I don't want to go in this cell. It's dark. My flashlight was dying for some reason. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get into the cell and the flashlight's going to die. When I get to the second door, the cat ball was stopped as though somebody, like you would stop a ball with like a shoe or a boot, or you would put like your shoe up and stop the ball, you know, it was stopped dead right in the doorway. And it was just like stuck there. And I thought that was a little strange. Again, don't have it on camera, so can't call it intelligent. I just thought that was weird. And there was a lot of shadow play on the third floor. I tried really hard. I ended up deleting like 119 photos at work on Monday night, just zooming in and going through them because I for sure thought that I was going to catch this said shadow figure that was really toying with me in solitary, but I did not, unfortunately, catch that on camera. So then after this, we went to a few other locations, and then we concluded on the fourth floor. James, this story's for you. We get up to the fourth floor, guys, and this is an all-adult show, so I'm going to say it. There was some unexplained moaning that was going on the fourth floor. My mind went to the gutter immediately. I'm like, I'm hearing some disembodied sexual noises. This is what I'm hearing.
I didn't think it was disembodied. I thought somebody was getting down.
Okay. Sean thought somebody was for real getting down. And I'm like, all right, what's going on? Naya, with her innocent self, love you, girl, was thinking there was like a patient that was being muffled, like somebody was muffling, like that. Okay. And
I thought somebody was getting some cheeks for real.
And so now at this point, we're in a full-blown panic because we all hear this. And we're like, what the heck is going on? We're stopping. So like, I'm like ear to the door, right? Because level nosy 1000 over here. I want to know. Sean takes the camera up over the door because he's going to catch this said act.
Just know if you get some cheeks on investigation, I'm going to catch him a video.
So I had to only ghosts. So I had to put on my thinking cap, and I cut on another flashlight, and I'm panning around, and something told me look down. I look down, I see nothing but feathers all over the floor. We managed to find the one room full of pigeons in the place. There was nobody having sex. There was no disembodied muffled moaning from deceased patients. There were pigeons on the fourth floor. So after leaving that area, we managed to cover the entire fourth floor. And Sean did a method that I thought was absolutely genius. he proceeded to just walk up and down the hall with his DR60 trying to capture EVPs. And I'm gonna let you talk about that for a minute.
I just literally, it was time. It was getting ready to be time to go, and I just literally walked up and down the hallway talking, and it worked. I was just saying random stuff. Room 216. If you want me to stop and talk to you, how you doing today? Did you take your meds? Did they let you out today? Did you go to the ER? Just different stuff like that, and voices were responding. My method is different. I know the typical stuff you see on TV is let's go to a room and interrogate. Me, I like to talk to them. Sometimes I like to be silly. I like to be funny. I like to laugh. Same way you see me here is the same way I'm probably worse on the investigation with being not serious.
Goofy.
So I think that a lot of times the spirits respond to that, or whatever it is we're talking. I can't even call them spirits because I don't know what we're talking to. But I think that carrying that attitude on investigation, at least my technique, it works for me. But that's what I did, and I was getting a lot of responses that way. I can't wait. Now, unfortunately, on my camera, it did not pick anything up because for some reason my sound did not work.
On the 4th floor?
On the 4th floor, I have no sound. All I have is a video of me walking around on the 4th floor. No sound.
That's weird. Because our cameras worked throughout the entire night.
Except
the
the 4th
entire
floor.
building, except the 4th floor. What is going on?
When I was getting all those EVPs. I got them on my recorder, but I do not have them on camera. And I imagine there is a reason for that. If I had to guess, there would be a reason why it did not work.
Yeah. So I will say on a lighter note, 4th floor, a lot of knocking, a lot of shuffling of feet, footsteps, some disembodied voices. At one point, Naya and I were at the end of the hall with the round window. That's the best way I can describe it because I don't know the ward Z, B, A. Well, I don't know that. So it was the end of the 4th floor. So Copperhead told him his body cam did that on the 4th floor video and no sounds.
Wait, was Nye wearing a body cam on the 4th floor?
Yes.
Then I got it recorded then.
In the alcoholics ward on 4. I don't know which one's the alcoholics ward. Is that the one with the round window? If it is, that's where I was. I was getting female vibes. That's really what I was getting. I was picturing a woman at the end sitting sideways in a chair by the window. I thought I caught her on camera. Turns out it was paint peeling off the wall. And it was crazy how it looks on camera because it looks like she's sitting sideways with a ponytail. The paint is in like a downward L. So it looks like we did go to, that's where the pigeons were. Okay? Pigeons. Sexual pigeons. Sexual seagulls.
If not, Not had that body cam on the 4th floor, so I might have caught those voices on that body cam. That body cam has caught EVPs for us. At Rainsworth. Speaking of Rainsworth.
Yeah, and we'll get there. So 4th floor crazy. EVPs, I could hear Sean when he was doing his playbacks. Like they were just going off.
Responding.
And, like
I think they were telling me to shut up.
Yeah, probably. But at one point, like I said, where I was getting the vibes of this woman sitting in the chair, I placed a cat ball in the chair. I walk away, cat ball starts going off. I'm standing about halfway down and I say, can I come a little bit closer? If that's okay, can you light up the ball? Ball lights up. I come a little bit closer and I'm like, if you're a woman, light up the ball. If you're a man, light up a ball. I'm asking those, like trying to figure out who it is. I got a couple more intelligent cat ball responses and then it just went cold. So, in a nutshell, Ronnie, I enjoyed the location as a whole. It was a lot of ground to cover. Like I said, there's things that I would have done different. I think in my mind, I went in with a different idea of what I thought would happen at Trans Allegheny. But I can't honestly sit here and say I was disappointed. I can't. I think just in my mind, Trans Allegheny is so infamous and such a large bucket list location that I was like expecting to see like full bodied apparitions of patients like flying in my face or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So the town itself is beautiful. Saturday we went to Sutton, had a great day. But yeah, it's always a learning experience. First time at any location is a learning experience, to be honest with you, but especially big locations for sure. With that being said, like Sean said, speaking of Rainworth, what's going on at Rainworth?
Rainworth, if this weekend, Friday and Saturday, if you don't have nothing to do, come investigate with yours truly, me and Courtney, at Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
I would highly recommend coming on Saturday, guys. It's going to be a more immersive experience. I do have quite a few tickets sold for Friday. Saturday, I have more room. I'm going to put it that way. I have more room. But if you can only make it Friday, please send me a message. I absolutely can still accommodate you. It just depends on what you're into. I mean, if you're okay with being in a group, then great. But either way, I know Boo's Paranormal will be joining us on Saturday. Lost Souls PI is joining us both Friday and Saturday. I want to say another paranormal investigator off of our TikTok is actually joining us on Saturday. But yeah, so it's going to be a great time. It's always a great time. Rainworth never disappoints. Every time we go back, there's like a new spirit or new something or other. The last time we went back in August, we have discovered a new spirit that enjoys cutting on lights when you're gone.
With that, on Trans Allegheny, I've been to a lot of places. Rainworth is still by far my favorite location to go to.
Yeah.
And investigate. I'm not just saying that. I'm not making a dime. We are not making a dime off this investigation. This investigation is strictly going to Rainworth.
100% of proceeds go to historical preservation of Rainworth.
For $65, you're getting 6 hours of investigating.
And you get to hang out with us.
And you get to hang out with us.
Like, that's worth it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's by far, me personally, my favorite place to investigate. I've gotten my best research out of there personally. So.
Yeah. Ronnie, that is true. Ronnie said that was the way it went. He went into Brushy. He was like expecting more. They had great experiences, but as we all know, it doesn't work that way. It's not on our schedule. Yeah, I don't really know what I was expecting. I think I was just expecting. TV has ruined certain locations,
That's
guys.
Why I don't watch it.
But check this out. Tala was the first location Sean and I did this much research on before we went. Now,
I don't want to know the ghost stories. The location.
I typically, before we go to a location, Sean and I are not typical go in blind. Like we normally will get on YouTube, find out what other teams investigated, what they got, see what equipment's being used. So we kind of can get a feel for the place and maybe a feel for what equipment to bring. I purposely did not watch a single investigation of Tala.
Nope.
Not even one. And this dates back, guys, even when I used to watch Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, all that. I never have watched an episode that involved Tala. Not one time. I have personally been to Tala before, but not inside the actual asylum. I went for the Halloween haunted house, which is the tuberculosis ward. I hope I can make the next one. Absolutely, Daryl. And Daryl, I need to get with you for 2026. Sean said he wouldn't go back, thought maybe he screamed.
Did I scream this time?
He did not scream this time. I did jump scare him once. And that was because he didn't know I was behind him. And when he turned around, he just kind of like got startled. I got quick silent feet. I was wearing my silent shoes. But yeah, we would love to have you guys join us at Rainworth for sure. If nothing else, you guys can go book it yourself too. I mean, if it's not one of our events. Yeah, I would say it was a good experience. Like I said, the building is beautiful.
But the thing that makes a good
Beautiful.
experience on a paranormal investigation is who you go with.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
It's not necessarily what you get evidence-wise, because to be honest with you, while we were there on hand, we didn't get a whole lot. It wasn't, our equipment wasn't going crazy the whole time, and my EVPs weren't going nuts the whole time. It wasn't until I got home and sat in front of my computer where I got a lot of my evidence from. Did I see shadows? Absolutely. Did I hear things that I didn't know what it was? Sure. But that's what you get at any place you go to. When your brain is in the dark, you hear stuff, you see stuff that's not there. Sure. But it's the people you're with, who you're investigating with. If you're having fun, that's what the experience is. I could go anywhere with Courtney and I, and we're going to have a blast anywhere we go. With FPRI, again, I can't say enough good stuff about those guys. Going out with them, you have fun. I mean, it's all in who you go with.
For sure.
Which sets your experience up.
And yes, Copperhead was great.
Oh yeah, shout out to Copperhead.
Yeah,
by the way,
great host.
Good
for sure.
host. He investigated with us.
Oh yeah, I will for sure. For sure. I will say this. The one cool thing that we did talk about that we didn't bring up was we had 17 people in our group, guys. And the coolest part about Tala was we didn't run into a single soul but one time. And Sean was like, we heard noises, weird noises. Like it was very weird. And Sean was going, hello, hello. And like, it was so non-contaminated that they didn't even hear Sean saying hello until we physically walked into, I call it the gym, because that's what it looked like. It looked like a gym or of some sort. It had wooden floors. And they were like, oh, we didn't even hear you. And we were like right there, like right in the ward right there. So that was the only time that we kind of like rolled up on Overland on accident. But once we found out that they were there, we moved on to a different location because we were like, we don't want to contaminate anything that they're trying to get. And so I think that's when we headed to like a different portion of the building. But there was no cross contamination except for
I think I ran into Michael Brooks twice in the break room. That's it.
Yeah. We didn't hear our voice till we were riding home and listening to our recorder. Yeah, it's always later. Our brushy group was top-notch group of people, would investigate with any of them again. Awesome.
Yeah, Ronnie, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Anytime you go with people you're comfortable with and good people, you should have a good time, even if nothing happens. Nothing at all can happen.
Yeah.
And as long as you're having fun with the people you're with. I was telling the guy today, he actually brought up.
Thank you, Sun Dragon.
Thank you, Sun Dragon. We appreciate that. That guy was asking me about St. Albans today.
Gotcha, the bottom.
I was telling him about Enigma Cons, and he was asking me, well, how is St. Albans? I said, well, I can't. I've gotten great evidence out of there.
We haven't spent extensive
but the people
time.
and I can't tell you any other time to go, but I can tell you about Enigma Cons, and it's because a great group of people hosted, great team hosted, and I've had nothing but great experiences when I've been.
And guys, put that on your radar for 2026. Right when they drop their tickets, get them. They go fast. You don't want to miss this. This is Paraunity Expo that you don't want to miss. Enigma Cons will be at St. Albans this year. Again, if you don't follow the Facebook page, follow Bedford Paranormal, follow the Enigma Cons page. They post updates constantly. And the second they drop their tickets, get them because they go like that. Gone. You're going to blink and they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
Excellent vendors, guest speakers, the whole nine. I had a blast at Enigma Cons. Met some amazing people, great people.
Absolutely.
So as a matter of fact, that's where we met Beyond the Badge.
Yep. Now think about it. Yep.
So yeah. Oh, anytime.
And a great team host, by the way, y'all. If y'all haven't met Bedford Paranormal, y'all missing out. Great group of people.
But yeah, but shout out to FPRI, Overland Historical Investigations, and everybody that joined us this weekend. You guys are awesome. Don't regret going up a day early because we got to spend the whole day prior, just exploring historical towns, and we were over by
what is it?
Fox's Den Pizza.
Oh my God.
Yes, we are speaking this coming up EnigmaCon, guys. And Ronnie, I've got another team that I think would make an excellent addition to EnigmaCon as well.
Yeah, I got a couple people that I talked to about it. So please give me a call when you get a chance.
Yeah, call Sean. We're getting ready to wrap it up, guys. So everybody can jump on over to the Riff Nation Network and listen to Ryan Jones and his lovely co-host Rhonda Harris. She did run from you out of your podcast over to there.
Runs for me all the time for some reason. I don't blame her. I'd run for me too if I saw me.
So next Tuesday, the 18th, guys, we will be on here and we will tell you all about our experience this weekend at the historic Rainworth Lodge. And
Rainsworth.
If you say Rainsworth one more time. If you guys want tickets, last minute tickets, send us a private message. There's still some available. We would love to have you. Thank you, Michelle, Ronnie, Daryl, and everybody that tuned in.
Appreciate y'all.
You guys are amazing. Nothing but love here and para-unity. My name's Courtney.
We live, baby.
Oh, yeah. I did miss Robert Ebert. I hope he's still in here. I saw him, but I was like rambling on. Robert Ebert, we love ya. Thanks, Debbie. I didn't know you were in here either. The Cushmans. Dinner with a Ghost.
Debbie and the hair.
The hair. Yes. Anyway, guys, I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we are
live, baby. Oh, see you on the other side.
We'll see you